And wow, this will be an exciting morning. In a moment, you'll see why. So, let's see who here is ready to make money with trading. All right, and who here wants to make enough money with trading so that you can quit your job and make an income with trading? All right, and who here wants to make so much money with trading that you can travel the world and live the lifestyle you always dreamed about? Yes, absolutely. Now, how many of you here want to get as much as possible out of our time together today? Yes, I want that for you because for most of you for most of you here with me today, this is going to be a long-term relationship between us. I promise you, because once I show you how simple this is, once I show you an easy way to trade, once you realize that this actually works, once you realize that you can do this too, once you see that this can give you the freedom you want, you will want to hang out with me for a lifetime. I promise you that. So here's what we are going to do today. Today, we are going to talk about the best way to learn to trade. And in a moment, I will share the 5-step process to learn how to trade. And of course, we're looking at the markets live. So let's start here right now. Let's look at the markets live. This is where we are. So in the upper left-hand corner, you see the E-mini S&P, and you see right now changed mark from Friday. So not much going on overnight. The index is pushed a little bit higher, now retracing. You see in the middle here, this is the E-mini Nasdaq. The E-mini Nasdaq also around the unchanged mark, slightly up from Friday, not much happening yet. We also have the Dow here on the upper right-hand corner, and the big news last week that we broke 22,000. And we'll talk about this in a moment again. Crude oil this morning down below the $49 mark, now down 1.39%. So this is where a market is moving here. And as you can see, also gold, which we have here in the bottom middle, is pretty much unchanged, not unusual since the indices are unchanged, gold is unchanged, and the same with the bonds. As you can see, overnight we have just been going sideways. So what to expect this week? Well, this week, here's the economic calendar. We have crude oil inventories on Wednesday, as you can see. We have a bunch of yellow flagged and orange flagged reports. Not a whole lot going on, so it will be a quiet start this week. However, this week we have Fed members speaking. So we have today FOMC member Kashkari speaking. We have, let's see, I found a few more. We have on Thursday FOMC member Dudley speaking, and then we have on Friday FOMC member Kaplan and Kashkari speaking. And so it will be interesting after Friday's job reports, which was pretty much in line with the expectations. Now the probability of raising interest rates in December is over 50%. It's 50.4%. So we will see what these guys have to say, and this could move the markets. Now, the big news from last week, the Dow broke 22,000. So let's bring up the Dow here. As you can see, in the beginning of the year, we struggled to break 20,000. Once we did, we quickly moved up to 21,000, around that area, and then we marched towards 22,000, broke 22,000, and now we are almost trading at 22,100. So as you can see, the Dow on the rise. So this is the markets this morning. Again, if you're looking at the markets here, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to minimize the Dow. Let's do this. It's pretty much unchanged, so not a whole lot happening yet, besides crude oil that has been dropping overnight, but right now also points to a rather uneventful opening. So this is when, of course, our Seahawk strategy works really, really well. And this is what I heard this morning already from two of my private coaching students here who said, yes, we have already achieved our daily goal. So congratulations, that is awesome, because they are right now day trading the Seahawk strategy, and markets conditions like this, where we are just going sideways are perfect for it. All right, fantastic. So let's dive in and let's actually talk about, because there's a question that I get all the time, what is the best way to learn to trade? So here is, in my opinion, the best way to learn how to trade. Okay, so for me, this is a 5-step process. Step number 1 is, first of all, you need to decide what kind of trader you want to be. What do I mean by this? Well, you see, when it comes to trading, you could decide to be a day trader. Now, when you are a day trader, of course, you need to have some time throughout the day to watch the markets. Now, for me personally, I like to watch the first 2 hours, okay, after the markets open. So if you don't have time for this, then you might want to decide to be a swing trader, right? So when you're a swing trader, you can swing trade stocks and you can swing trade options. So now the question is, would you like to rather trade stocks or options? And you see, this is where every trader is different. Now, if you have time throughout the day, you want to consider maybe day trading because it is fun, it is very rewarding. And last week in one of the sessions, how much money or can you really make money with trading? We talked about expectations. And you know that as a day trader, I mean, my expectation would be to make 150% per year, right? So this is where we talked about it. I don't want to repeat it. If you missed the session, I will give you a link here in a few moments where you can watch all the sessions so you can review last week's sessions. So if you're a swing trader and you have a larger account, then you might want to trade options. You see, when trading, there's 2 phases in the life of a trader. You can either trading for growth, you can trade for growth, which means that you want to grow your account. So this means grow a small account into a larger one. Okay. During this phase, you're not taking any money out of your account. You're trading the account rather aggressively because you're trying to double, triple, quadruple the account. Now, once you have a decent sized account, let's say your account is $250,000, $500,000, then you start trading for income. Now, what does this mean? Trading for income means that you're basically wiring money out of your trading account into your personal checking account every single week or every single month, right? So taking profits out of the account when they occur. So depending on what phase you're in, when you're trading growth, you definitely want to look into leverage trading, which means trading options or trading futures. When you're trading for income, you might want to consider trading stocks, also binary options, because I mean, they are just very, very consistent. You don't have much leverage with binary options here. Anyhow, so you first have to decide what kind of trader you want to be. Why? Because step number 2, based on this, you want to find a trading strategy that fits you. See, for me personally, for example, right now for day trading, because I have the time to watch the markets throughout the day, I like to day trade futures, and right now I like to use the Seahawk strategy. Okay, this is a quick scalping strategy that allows you to extract quick profits, and this is what 2 of my private mentoring students here did already this morning. So probably the others are doing it as well, but from them I already received a text, hey, we already made our daily goal. So that is fantastic. Now, you see, for my swing trading, since I have a decent sized account, I'm trading stocks. And what I do here when trading stocks, I'm using the Power X analyzer to find the best stocks, right? So this is my trading style. And then for fun, because they're so much fun to trade, I also trade binary options. So these are the 3 things that I do. Now, again, based on what kind of trader you want to be, you want to find a strategy that fits your personality, that fits your risk profile, your risk tolerance, your account size, and many other factors. And you see, this is where I believe that everybody should disclose when they're trading a strategy for what account size this is. And we talked about it already a few coffee with Markus sessions back, that, for example, for binary options, you only need an account of around $1,000 to get started. If you want to trade options, let me just write this down here. If you want to trade options, you can do it with an account size of $2,000 to $5,000, right? If you want to trade futures, you can do this with an account size of around $5,000 at least. Okay, so you want to have at least $5,000 in your account. And honestly, if you want to trade stocks, I personally believe that you should have an account size of at least $50,000. If you're not there yet, trade options. I mean, there's absolutely no problem with this. Okay, anyhow, back to our 5 steps. So after you found a trading strategy that fits your profile of when you are available, how much money you have, then, okay, we already talked about this too. There's no way around. Now you need to practice the strategy, okay? So trade the strategy, and this is what you do on a simulator. On a simulator for at least 40 trades. Why? First of all, you want to get familiar with the strategy. And also you want to make sure that you know what to expect, okay? So you want to get first results. Short, what you want to do when you're practicing this strategy on a simulator, all you really want is to get confidence. Get confidence in the strategy and in yourself, okay? So that you can execute the strategy. That is why it is very, very important. So this is where the confidence in the strategy and in yourself you can only get with screen time, meaning sitting in front of the computer and practicing. Now, let me give you an example here. So as you know, right now I'm traveling. I'm right now close to Cape Cod here in Buzzards Bay, where my son Julius, he's 14 years old, he's a sailor. He had a regatta here this weekend. So now we're continuing on to New Jersey to the next one. However, let me show you a couple of pictures here really quick, because this is very important to practice the strategy. So here's what I want to do. I want to just quickly switch the screens, and I want to show you this. Okay, so it's a so-called double-handed boat, meaning that there are two. So here in the front, this is my son Julius, and this is Lucy. This is their boat. It's called a Club 420. I think it's a very funny name. So because, as you know, we're dragging a big trailer behind us, and there's the boat in there, and I always want actually a cop to stop me and then say, "What's in the trailer?" And I say, "Well, there's 420 in the trailer." Anyhow, so long story short, so they were here. Now here there were a total of, I believe it was 176 boats. So this is when they launched. You see there's 176 boats that are launching here, all the same boat type here. And so this one, they're out on the race. So there's my son Julius hanging on the wire, and there's Lucy, the skipper, who's steering the boat. Now they're still getting used to big fleets like this, and they made a few mistakes, but overall they came in 68 out of 180 boats, 176 boats. Now, please understand, they are 14 years old. These guys that are sailing these boats, they're usually in high school, end of high school. So these are Olympic boats. So they are 16, 17. They've been sailing these boats for 3-4 years, right? So they have lots of experience. However, Julius and Lucy beat many of these kids. Why? Because they spend so much time on the water. There's only so many things that you can learn from books or from videos, right? Eventually, you have to practice this. You have to be out of the water. Now, Julius and Lucy here, they have an advantage because we live in Texas. So in Texas, you can sail all year long. When you're living up here, I mean, this is what I learned here in the Northeast. The sailing season is pretty much from June through September, and then it's over because the water gets freezing cold and they have snow here. So this is why they have been able to beat so many kids, to beat more than 100 kids in this regatta who have sailed for much, much longer and they beat them because they had more practice on the water. And this is what you need. If you want to beat other traders, what you need is as much practice on the screen as possible. So let's switch back to the notepad here, right? So the more you practice, right, the more successful you will be when you start trading. See, I've more private clients here, private students, traders that I'm mentoring, and there's two of them. They started, I want to say, probably in March or April. Now, both of them spend so much time in front of the screen. They practice for 250, 300 trades on a simulator. Now, the minute they started trading live, boom, they made money. I mean, they made money the minute they started live because they practiced so much. It's very, very important. All right, so let's talk about the other two steps. Let's move forward here. So step number 4, after you practice the strategy, you want to know what to expect. This is extremely important. You need, while you're practicing the strategy, you need to keep notes because you want to make sure that you know, for example, your winning percentage. Okay, you want to know how many trades on average, okay, are you getting with this strategy? How many trades? How many trades in a day? How many trades in a week? How many trades in a month are you getting with this? Of course, you want to know the profit that you can expect, okay, with a strategy. You also want to know how big is your average profit and how much is your average loss. And most importantly, you want to know how many losses in a row can you expect? And here's why, right? Because if you know that you can expect 5 losses in a row, it will give you more confidence when you experience then in live trading 3 losses in a row. It can happen, right? You can experience 3 losses and you know, oh, you know what? I know I can experience up to 5, and this is where I'm getting a small drawdown because losses are part of our business as traders. And so after the drawdown, I can climb up out of the account. It will take me a few more days or a few more trades, who knows, right? So this is why it is so important that you know what to expect, and therefore you absolutely have to keep a trading log. And we talked about the importance of trading log in previous sessions. So if you are interested in the previous sessions, just go to rockwelltrading.com/coffee. And this is where you can review the previous sessions that we had here. All right, let's move on. Step number 5. So step number 5, now, of course, you want to trade the strategy, trade it live, right? Trade it live. And you always start with the smallest possible size possible. Smallest size possible. This means if you are trading futures, you are trading 1 contract. If you are trading binary options, okay, you are trading 1 contract. Now, let me correct this. If you are trading options, you are trading 1 contract. Let me just make sure that okay. So if you're trading options, you're also only trading 1 contract, and it doesn't matter if the option costs you, I don't know, 80 cents, and this means that initially all you do is risking $80 or buying something for $80. So be it, even if you have a $10,000 account, because you want to see if in live trading you're actually getting your expectations, okay? So for stocks also, do the smallest size possible, right? I mean, this is where with stocks, I would probably trade positions that are worth maybe $200, right? I mean, just start small. See that you can get this what you expected when you were trading on a simulator. And then once you see that, oh yeah, I got it, I'm making money, then here's the deal. If you can't make money with a single contract, why do you think you will make money with 10 contracts? I mean, this is when you're just losing money quicker, right? So this is where you trade always with the smallest size. All right, I know that we went over a lot of time here this morning. So I want to quickly recap. The best way to learn to trade, in my opinion, is first of all, you need to decide what kind of trader you want to be. Write it down, because based on this, you will find a trading strategy that fits your risk parameters, that fits you perfectly. Once you have this, you practice the strategy on a simulator for at least 40 trades. You need to keep a trading log so that you know what to expect, that you know your numbers. That is very important. And then you can start trading it live with the smallest size possible. The more time you sit in front of the screen, the more successful you will be. I know it from personal experience. I've seen it over and over and over again working with traders. So do not skip this step and do actually spend the time in front of the screen with replay. All right, so I will stop the recording right now. If you are watching the recording, that is it. If you are here live, I will stay here and answer a few questions live, because I want to reward those of you who are here live, and I want to encourage everybody who's watching the recording to attend live. It is every morning at 8:20 Central Time, and as you see, we go for 15 or 20 minutes. Today went a little bit longer, but I think it is an important topic, and I wanted to show you my 5-step process of how to learn to trade. So I wish you all the best in your trading, and I'm going to answer some questions here live for you that are joining me here live with the Coffee for Market. All right.